Let's now move on, and viewers, for Rahul Gandhi, Caste Census has been a constant poll plank during elections. When Centre decided to include caste in its upcoming census, Congress was quick to take credit. In fact, on Saturday, Telangana Chief Minister Revanth Reddy was in Delhi for the NITI Aayog meeting, and even he said that Telangana model actually catalyzed the national caste census. He not only claimed credit like the Congress party, like Rahul Gandhi, but even announced that his government stands ready to support the centre to execute a caste census, as it has successfully completed this ambitious and transparent exercise. But viewers, you would recall how several discrepancies emerged when details of the survey came out first in February 2025. The caste survey began in February 2024. In February 2025, the findings came out of the caste survey the first time. Because there were certain discrepancies, the government then decided to conduct another round of caste survey to cover people who could not participate earlier, to cover remaining 3.1% of the households. Because after the first round in February, over 96.9 households were covered, 3.1% could not be covered for whatever reason. And now we have exclusive details of the findings of phase 2 of the survey that was conducted after the discrepancy emerged in February earlier this year. Despite the fresh exercise, viewers, you will be shocked to know that all households could not be covered. In total, we are getting to know that only 98% of the households could be covered even in this phase 2 of the caste survey. In Telangana, we have also learned that remaining 2% of the households did not participate in the survey, as according to them, it was a very, very complicated process with 57 odd questions. Some of them said that it included a lot of unnecessary questions as well. Somit, my colleague, is breaking this story for us here on NewsHour Agenda, and he is joining us live right now for more inputs on this particular story. So, Somit, we can tell our viewers now the findings of the second phase of the caste survey have been, accessed exclusively by Times Now, and we can tell our viewers that now also, even after phase 2, only 98% of the households could be covered. 2% still remain uncovered.
Well, that's true, Heena. See, first of all, when it comes to the Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Yatra, he was crossing several states and he crossed the Telangana state. And at that time, he has announced that jitni abadi utne hissadari. So after that, he has also asked the people of Telangana that please bring Congress into power, and we'll be completing this caste survey in the Telangana state. And later, after the Congress came into the power, after Chief Minister Revanth Reddy, formed his cabinet, he has later, after 3 or 4 months, he has announced that caste survey will be conducted in the state, and after 97,000 enumerators were appointed, and they conducted the survey. And very complicated survey is what even the top BC leaders have claimed, and several even public was seen saying that unnecessary questions were asked. More than 55, 56, 57 questions were asked by the enumerators or the government officials who were conducting the survey, and later over 150 crores have been allocated.
And that's another piece of information that we want to break here for our viewers. We have more details of the Telangana caste survey. Credit is being claimed by the Congress party, but the survey was not even conducted properly. We are learning over 150 crore rupees as taxpayers' money has been spent, yet discrepancies remain. Let's go back to Somit, who continues to be with us. Somit, so 150 odd crore rupees have already been spent, but yet we are seeing discrepancies. The survey has not been completed properly. So it simply means it cannot even be implemented.
See, that's true, because, the main agenda behind conducting the survey is to exactly get the number of the BCs in the Telangana state. And, they got the numbers in the of the BCs in the state, and no BC leader or even the BC leaders in the Congress party themselves, they were not happy. They raised several questions, and even the leaders who fought for the BCs for over 5 decades, even they raised several questions and stated that the number has come down from over 51-52% to 46%. 46%. So reduced by 5%. Opposition leaders, the BRS, the BJP, and also the BC leaders, they have raised this question. And over 150 crores spent by the state government, and the state government remains, they are standing on the statement saying that, on whichever platform we are ready to come there, and we are ready to challenge any leader. We have done it scientifically, is what the government is saying. But at the same time, like I said, BC leaders, BC Welfare National President, OBC National President, and also even other BC leaders from the BRS or the BJP or the BC leaders, few BC leaders from the Congress party, they have raised questions about the BC population coming down and spending over 150 crores on this process.
All right, so a political war of words has also started on this particular issue. Thank you very much, Shomit, for the moment, for joining us with your inputs on this story. Let me now go across to my guests who are joining us live on NewsHour Agenda this evening to discuss this. We have Tuhin Sinha, National Spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Ravula Sridhar Reddy, Spokesperson of the BRS, Dr. Shujat Ali, leader of the Congress Party, Advocate Nikhil Jain, who is a political analyst. Good evening to all of you. Thank you very much for joining us here on Times Now. Tuhin Sinha, let me begin this discussion with you. We have details now of the phase 2 of the survey. You just heard my colleague Shomit giving us the inputs that 2% of the population still has not been covered because it's so complicated. And only 98% of the households, in fact, have been covered. And then we have Revanth Reddy, saying that his government can support the centre to execute a caste census as it has successfully completed this ambitious as well as transparent exercise. Earlier, we had Rahul Gandhi, Congress Party, also claiming credit for conducting a successful caste survey in Telangana. How will you like to respond?
Well, good evening, Heena. Good evening, everybody. As you rightly pointed out, the caste survey in Telangana is replete with anomalies of multiple kinds. But the most striking one is the steep and unexplained fall in the population of backward classes. Now the backward classes constitute 46.25% according to the survey. However, in the past, the Samagra Kutumba Survey, also known as Comprehensive Household Survey or CHS, conducted by the Telangana government itself, had reported the backward classes population to be 52%. Now, given that we know Congress's history of cheating the OBCs, of stealing OBC reservation in favor of a particular minority, I think there is more to it than meets the eye, and the 6% steep decline in OBC population needs to be explained by the Telangana government. But you also need to see it alongside the reported caste survey which Congress Party had conducted in Chhattisgarh and in Karnataka, which were equally flawed, which were equally, acts of fudging, which they could not even make public. The last time a caste survey had taken place in the 2011 census, 8.19 crore errors were detected, out of which 1.5 crore could not be addressed. So for the Congress Party, caste survey, has been an act of fudging always. They have never been sincere about it. And when Revanth Reddy says that they have set a model for the country, I think he should be more concerned about the debt situation, the precarious debt situation of Telangana, than waxing eloquent about this flawed caste survey of Telangana.
Okay, Dr. Shujat Ali, how will you like to respond? BJP says for Congress, conducting caste survey has always been an act of fudging. There has been steep fall and unexplained fall in the BC population. We are seeing several backward class activists as well also up in arms because of the reduced number that we are talking about after this caste survey. Details of this caste survey came out. How will you like to address these concerns?
This is just rubbish, in my opinion. We have done the caste survey in a very, very scientific manner, and even our Backward Classes Commission is extremely happy that it was done on the scientific lines. You see, it has become a fashion. Any great work done by the Congress Party, there would be criticism without any meaning. How BJP is announcing that they will have the caste survey? Why? Because our model was very good, our intention is very good, and we are beating BJP as far as the backward classes people are concerned for their development. So they are copying us, and they are announcing that they will also have the caste survey along with the census. why they are coming, forward to take up this issue? Because it has got meaningful contribution for the development of the backward classes and other castes. So there was no flaw. It was perfect in all respects.
Okay. You're saying there was no flaw, it was perfect. I want to go across to Rahul Reddy on the points that you are making. You're saying that there is criticism without any meaning, intention as well as the model is very good. So we should not be looking at the discrepancies at all. For example, the backward class activists and opposition leaders are alleging that backward class population has decreased by almost 5% from 56% to 46%. There are signs of vote bank politics here, minority appeasement here. That's also another charge that has come in. Mr. Rahul Reddy, how will you like to respond?
The caste survey in Telangana by Revanth Reddy's government was done in haste. From the day one, we have been asking the government, what is the methodology that you are adopting? How are you going to do it? They wanted to have political mileage. They wanted to score political gains. For that, that was done in haste. After BRS party stepped up the pressure on them, after, we have alerted the government, only 96% plus population only covered in the first survey. Even that also was done in haste, especially in Great Hyderabad Municipal Corporation. Most of the places, the public has not given the information properly. The enumerators have not come to most of the houses, but they have just placed the stickers and went off. So then, after we all have spoken against it, the second round of survey was done. But as Samit was also saying that the BC leaders in Congress party, BC unions, and many who were working for the reservations, with the help of this survey and all that, they also have spoken against the way it was done. Despite that, Revanth Reddy's government gone ahead and said that they have completed the survey, they have tabled it in the assembly, and they gone ahead. Today, based on that survey, they wanted to go for the reservations in the local body, whatever it is. And they today claim that it is a model, Telangana model for entire nation. I don't know how it will become a national model. The BJP government at the center has to decide whether they have applied the proper methodology or not. However, as you were claiming, the BC population percentage has come down, the OC population percentage has gone up, and even the national averages are not matching with the numbers proportionately. So they have to come out, they have to explain when they're asking for Telangana model to be applied nationally, they have to explain to the national government or to the nation what was the methodology, why 2% population was not covered, why it was done in haste, and why the government did not listen to the opposition parties and people who wanted to give suggestions to them. And why 2% is not covered despite they have done more than 50 days and after even a resurvey. And most importantly, the questionnaire was such a big questionnaire, even I could not answer it completely. Because there are many questions which were not even related. You wanted to know which caste they belongs to and all that. The minimum information which you are supposed to collect. Beyond that, they have put so many questions which also actually, made the entire survey a laughing stock. So now they should explain the nation, rather people, what was the methodology adopted, why the population of BCs has come down. My Congress friend was saying, the scientific approach. What do you mean by scientific approach? Can you just explain us on this forum? Or can your government come out tomorrow with a statement?
Dr. Shajat Ali, will you like to respond? And then I'll go across to Advocate Nikhil Jain.
See, we are totally satisfied with our function. We have done the job extremely well, and we have presented everything. It has been decided to give 42% reservations.
But sir, with due respect, if you're saying you have completed it, you have completed it properly, job has been done very well the way it should be. It's a perfect model, something that even center can also implement or learn from. But then why is it that 2% of the households have not really been covered in this survey? I mean, what explains that? What explains the discrepancies that emerged the first time? What explains the drop in the population of the backward classes, sir?
We have covered the entire population. I don't know from where these people are getting the numbers.
Okay.
We have done the job in a perfect fashion. All the people have been covered by our survey.
Okay. Advocate Nikhil Jain wants to respond. Yes.
Yes, so Heena, first of all, some important points for your viewers. There's a difference between a census and a survey. A census is supposed to cover every single citizen, every single household, while a survey is not supposed to cover it. Of course, in the 2014 survey as well as in the 2025 survey, both the governments did intend to cover nearly all of the households, but neither did the 2014 survey cover all households, nor did the 2025 survey cover all households. I'm reading from a New Indian Express report of the 20th August 2014, where it is clearly said that only 95% of the population at the time was covered. So far as the methodology and the data integrity of the surveys is concerned, the 2014 survey, I'll tell you it's so laughable. I'm reading from a government document about the survey. It says that the highlight is that using the system, the data of 3.6 crore households was collected. There weren't even 3.6 crore households at the time. There were only 3.6 crore citizens, right? And that survey was conducted, according to the government, that survey was conducted over a period of 20 days using 4 lakh government employees. While there are newspaper reports from Siyasat Daily, Hans India and other newspaper publications that say that that survey was conducted on a single day, while this survey was conducted over 50 days. So, of course, questions can be raised on whether the 2014 survey was conducted in a better manner or the 25 survey was conducted in a better manner. But what I'm able to gather from a reading of the news reports about both the surveys is that the 25 survey seems to have been done with a better methodology. I'm not saying that it is perfect. Of course, there might be some inaccuracies, as is with any large-scale data collection exercise. So this discrepancy in the difference of numbers of the backward class population, 52% in the 2014 survey conducted by the BRS K. Chandrasekhar Rao government, and 46% in the 2025 survey conducted by the Revanth Reddy Congress government.
Advocate Nikhil Jain, amidst all of this, there is a charge. The allegation is discrepancies between the past estimates and the current figures are suggesting a possible attempt to manipulate the numbers, perhaps keeping the vote bank in mind.
Heena, it could have also been two things. One, my methodology in the 2014 survey was so wrong that it threw up numbers that weren't at all accurate.
Okay.
Two, if there is a charge on the Congress government today in 2025 that they are trying to manipulate the numbers, what is to say the 2014 survey was not manipulating the numbers?
Okay.
Yeah,
Heena, will you like to respond?
By the Telangana government.
Well, I will only make a broader point, with the multiple discrepancies that you see in this particular caste survey, it can never set a model for a national census. The national census will be implemented in an absolutely flawless manner. This is a very sensitive issue. That is why we took a very long time. We had never negated the demand for caste census, but we took a very long time because we had to be convinced that it will be conducted in an absolutely flawless manner. But the Congress party, like I gave you multiple instances, apparently they claimed, they've done a caste survey in Chhattisgarh. They didn't even have the courage to make it public because they knew that it was fudged. Same thing happened in Karnataka. So I think, on this particular caste issue, the Congress should stop waxing eloquent because history is replete with examples of how unfair the Congress party has been towards OBCs.
Okay, Ravula Sridhar Reddy also wants to make a point, and then I'll go across to Dr. Shujat Ali. Yes.
Nikhil seems to be, supporting the survey which was done by Congress party. Since we are claiming it is done in haste, now he is trying to say that, the 2014 survey also is wrong. So the issue is clearly in comparison with the national averages, the growth of the backward caste numbers, open segment, general, OC segment basically numbers and all that, there should be a proper tendency out. So here, if you look at the drastic decline in BC numbers and incremental figures in the OC numbers, clearly shows there is something which is not adding up to. That is what we are actually trying to say. Now, if there is a different angle to it, it's a different case altogether. I am only talking about the methodology, the way they have done it. And ultimately, they wanted to prove that, look, I have come first. I am number one in the race. They just wanted to say that Congress party, government has done it. They also have done it in Karnataka. Why they have not come out with the numbers? So
In
this is what I'm
that
trying
case,
to tell
Dr.
you.
Shujat Ali, don't you think Congress party should make the full caste survey data public as being demanded by the opposition as well and specific communities as well?
Definitely, we are going to do each and everything. We will be maintaining transparency. There is no doubt. But you see, the Bharatiya
question
Janata
is when?
Party,
In
since
Karnataka
how long they
also-
are ruling this country,
in
so far
Karnataka
they have
also,
not
the
gone
report
for
is
the,
not out.
population census.
The question is when? When will you, give us the details of this particular report? When will you make it public? Because in Karnataka, which happened much before Telangana, the report is still not out.
Everything will come on an appropriate time, please. Don't worry about it. We have done the job and we will come to the public with full details. We have not done for keeping aside. We have
But
done.
you only
to
said it's a
implement
perfect,
to
it's a
keep
perfect
India
exercise that
progressing.
your government has conducted in Telangana, sir. If that is the case, why shouldn't you release the details? Why shouldn't you make it public so that it can serve actually as an example for the national exercise too, which Mr. Revanth Reddy was talking about when he was in Delhi for the NITI Aayog meeting?
Not only we will release it, we will show to the entire country that we are sincere. We are going to implement the report. Whatever we have decided, we will implement it.
Okay.
We have not done for any tamasha. We have done because we have got consent for these castes and we wanted to give them benefit according to their population. There is no doubt about it. Why people are having doubt? Why you are unnecessarily discussing? It is nothing but academic discussion.
Okay.
We are serious to give the results.
All right. You're saying that you're serious and you're going to, make it public at the right time. We'll, of course, look forward to that. But for now, I'd like to thank all my guests for joining us. Tuhin Sinha, Ravula Sridhar Reddy, Dr. Shujat Ali, as well as Advocate Nikhil Jain. Appreciate all of you for joining us here on this debate.